Know what grinds my gears? Going on a date, you're not even into it with a guy, and then they unmatch you when you get home from the date. I was thinking of how to end it. What did you like of me?
I'm like offended now.
Like, you.
I would never cook for a man. I would never clean for a man. I just got his eye tatted on my arm.
I'm 29 and single, and here are a few pieces of dating advice that I hate hearing and do not find helpful after dating for the entirety of my 20s. Number one, stop looking. It'll happen when you least expect it. This one's just not original. This is another one I really, really hate. Maybe you need to stop being too picky. No. Men are just intimidated by you. Not helpful. It's probably the dating pool. Have you thought about like moving? As if I'm gonna uproot my entire life that I've just spent the last decade creating just in hopes that I find a man. Don't even get me started about the taxi cab theory. It's like, love Sex in the City, but I think that's absolute. Once your friends start getting married, you'll meet someone at a wedding. Hasn't happened for me so far. Just download Hinge again. You're so independent, guys just don't know how to handle it. Maybe lower your standards a little bit. My personal favorite is when they say, I just can't imagine being single right now. Yeah. Thank you. Me either.
This just continues to confirm to us that these modern women are shooting in the dark. And they don't know what they're doing.
Here's what I think about when it comes to men approaching women. Why don't you do it more often? Honestly, I'm getting sick of everyone being like, well, women have just shoved us out so hard or they don't want to be approached anymore. I'm like, okay, listen. First of all, you can tell a vibe if it's there or not immediately, right? A guy came up to my friend and I at Boondocks and he was like, are you guys from here? And we're like, yeah, or we're not from here, but we live here now. And whenever you go to Boondocks in Scottsdale, you know they're going to be surrounded by bachelor parties, okay? So like, just keep your eyes open, keep everything peeled. Like you're going to probably be around some guys that are trying to like look to just be there, hit it and quit it, which is, you know, I mean, good for you. He came in and he was like asking us where they should go. And we're like, you don't have anything planned? He's like, no. I'm like, okay, well, that just seems like wrong. And it seems like an excuse for you to come up to us. But like, we weren't mean to him. We were just like talking to him. Like, it was a conversation. I think like, if you just go up to a woman and have a conversation, why not just try it? I don't get it. The Falcos in Scottsdale. I think the biggest thing for me is that I'm a confident, outgoing person. I really do have no problem going up to someone, but like, I want to see if a man has confidence and comes up to me, because that's what I ultimately find sexy. You know, like if you have confidence and you have a good personality and you come up to me and you have no problem doing it and having a conversation, like I'm into it. I think that's really sweet. Obviously, it depends how the conversation goes. If I can read that you're just kind of like a weirdo after that, like then I'm going to be like, okay, swerve, right? But if you can hold a conversation, then most likely I'm like, okay, cool. Hey, how you doing? I don't plan to meet the love of my life at a bar, but you never know. It's just getting to a point where I'm like, wow, men and women really are not speaking at bars anymore. It's everything I wanted and more. You would have thought I haven't eaten in days. What the fuck?
Dude in the comments said I was 0 out of 9 last month. It's not easy. I don't think you guys truly understand that if you approach a man, you're not going to get the same response as if a man approaches a woman.
This is for the men, okay? So the men, sit down, pull up a chair, open your ears for once in your life. Thank you, okay? So whichever one of you out there is my future husband, preferably tall, dark, and handsome, and athletic. But whichever one of you out there are my future husband and, you know, day in and day out, just praying for me. Just cannot wait to meet me. God, please bring her to me. Woo woo yada yada, right? I'm saying the same prayers, only mine have a deadline on them. Mine have a due date. Because I'm getting bored, I'm getting tired, and I'm one crash out away from giving up on looking for you, because I am so hyper independent. I'm good. I can be by myself for the rest of my life. I have plenty of things that I want to do, but I want my best friend to do them with me. So, sir, whichever one of you is out there praying for me, put a deadline on that prayer. Thank you.
I feel like it's so rare that men shoot their shot in public anymore, or like even just say hi like a normal human being. I feel like men are so intimidated now and hiding behind social media. They don't know how to talk to girls in real life anymore. And the ones that do are like the freaks. and they be approaching you in the weirdest ways.
Men know this. Y'all just learning it. Men already know who's coming up to y'all.
This is probably a really unpopular opinion. It's going to really piss some women off. You cannot have that deeply rooted, divine, masculine man while always demanding princess treatment. They don't go together. If you think you have found that, you have found a covert emasculated man.
I don't think women understand what a simp is. Simp is one, we're not talking about a man that doesn't take care of you. We're talking about a man that goes above and beyond. You know what I mean? Like something that you guys have said, we don't like that. You're doing too much. A simp does too much. And they keep on saying, well, I want a simp. You don't. Because then you're going to feel stifled, overstimulated, and you're not going to want that man anymore.
This is why men don't want to do for us anymore, because the minute you start to not appreciate but expect, I'm not doing it for you. And I'm a woman and I feel that way. And I know men that feel that way. I don't have to do anything for you but respect you. I don't have to send you money. I don't have to spend money on you. I don't have to do any of that. That's
so glad this young lady makes this point, because with the epidemic of women panhandling in the dating pool, this is the thing that men have been telling them. Women have been saying, what happened to men? They don't want to do this. They don't want to pay that. They don't want to send flowers. They don't want to do this. They don't want to do that. It's because once a good deed or a gift is now an expectation, we no longer want to do it as humans. Just like she says in this video. So the reason why men are no longer or backing off or sort of decreasing this type of behavior is because more and more women are saying is expected.
I ran into a guy at the bar yesterday who had the nerve to tell me the only reason I have a TikTok following is because of the bad dates I've been on. And while I didn't say it to his face, I wanted to say, no, it's because I have great and you'll never see them again.
A dude in the comments said, that's a huge claim. So I went to your videos you have posted in various outfits, and it would seem you are so right. Thanks for the share.
Okay, hear me out, guys. So the other day I was on Instagram and I came across a reel that was like, imagine if we lived in a world where it was socially acceptable for men to wear makeup. Like put a little bronzer, accentuate their jaw, a mascara to accentuate the eyelashes. And you know, I thought nothing of that until I went to the comments. All the men were saying the same thing. Oh, we already have the features that women are trying to attain through makeup, so we don't need makeup. We already have the features that women are trying to attain. So this got me thinking, who are the men really attracted to? Are we all just chasing to be femboys at the end of the day? Hear me out, because it's making sense to me. Because it's true, like women with softer features, soft jaw, soft cheeks, soft eyes, they are typically not the standard of beauty, but a snatched face and a chiseled toned body is more the standard of beauty for women. Opposite features that women usually have naturally. Because it's making sense to me. Sit on that. Just sit on that thought at the end of the day.
I don't think you're getting it. Fit, feminine, and friendly. That's what a man is looking for. So if a man is in the gym, probably going to be fit or looking to get fit. A man is saying, well, I would like somebody that just laid back. My friends are laid back. They're cool, they're chill, you know. We hold each other accountable, but it's not always so serious, so uptight all the time. Feminine. My dudes can't handle this, so this is the biggest thing that I'm going to need from you. You to be feminine. That's what I'm looking for. But all that beauty stuff, we don't really need that stuff, because we would just go to the gym in order to get fit. You don't need to do your hair in this way and makeup in this way to attract me. You don't got to do that.
Every time I see a girl doing this, I want to take her by the shoulders and just absolutely shake her. For the love of all that is holy, stop venting about your dating life to guys that you are interested in. I see this all the time. A girl's like talking to a guy that she potentially really likes. She is trying to make small talk and like sneak it in there that she's single and ready to mingle kind of thing. And in doing that, she just ends up venting about how horrible dating apps are these days, how everyone wants situationships, no one wants to settle down, they just want to hook up. And you know what? Most guys know that this isn't actually true, especially the kind of guys that aren't just looking to hook up or aren't just like trying to go for a situationship and are trying to settle down or find something serious. So instead he's kind of sitting there wondering just like, what are you doing wrong? And why are you oversharing like this? It comes off desperate, it comes off like you're not very self-aware, and it puts him in a really weird position. Because what is he supposed to do? Ask you on a pity date? And why would he want to if no one else wants to? Or if everyone else just gets through a date with you and doesn't like you or something like that, which is the message that you're sending when you talk about how difficult it is that you're on dating apps. There is an alternative though, and it's that you can talk about your dating life, but you have to keep it high level, keep it abstract. Don't talk about specific people. Don't talk about, oh, my ex was such a man-child. Here, let me count the ways. One, it sounds like you're not really over your ex, and two, like, nobody just wants to hear that. Switch that instead to, oh, I went to the cutest coffee shop the other day on a coffee date. It can still signal that you're single. It can still signal instead that you're desirable and that people actually want to talk to you. You just can't make the main message be that you're on the struggle bus and that this is really difficult and that dating is a struggle for you. It's not cute.
Let's talk a little bit more about pretty privilege. I recently went on a trip with a friend who blatantly has pretty privilege and has had it her entire life. And the experiences that I got thanks to her having pretty privilege were so different from my own life experiences that it kind of changed the way I perceive the world, as well as changed the way that I decided to take on the world. Our travel destinations were to Las Vegas and San Diego. Las Vegas, of all places, only made it even more blatantly clear how much pretty privilege gets you further. Do note that I personally have not gotten approached in public ever in my life, which is why I feel like most of these experiences were so shocking to me. Starting with the basics, she was approached by a lot of people who had reserved spaces or booths and were offered free drinks. So when we were at the tables, when either one of us didn't have chips because we had ran out or we didn't bring the cash because we hadn't expected to be sitting down and playing, some people would be offering us their chips. She got a free ticket into an amusement park because she couldn't find her credit card when she was at the ticket window to pay. The one that actually blew my mind the most was when we went clubbing one night to go see a world famous DJ. The floor was packed and we were very much sardines in a can, but she was recognized and taken to a private booth. We were given free drinks and we got to see everything that the booth had paid for up close, which was nice, but when she told the guy who had brought her to the booth that she wanted to see the DJ more up close because the booth was towards the back of the floor, the guy took us behind the DJ stand. Her words exactly were, "Oh, I'd love to see the DJ up close," and that was all it took. There were also other instances where we were in areas that we shouldn't have been in because she wanted to take pretty pictures and the security just let us stay and take our pictures because she asked. Something that was also crazy was a guy paid for our late checkout because we had spent the entire night clubbing. As somebody who is extremely inexperienced when it comes to nightlife as well as receiving male attention, this trip was a huge learning experience and it was pretty mind-blowing. The biggest takeaway from this trip is to just ask because you never know what you'll receive.
This one's funny. A woman says it stops as you age though. My mom used to tell me to go ask for stuff if we needed it or wanted something because no one would ever tell me no. But it definitely declines when you start getting older, like past your 20s. But I also found just being really nice and kind gets you about 90% of things anyway. Like no one wants to tell the nicest person they encountered that day no. Exactly. So if I hear you correctly, what you're saying is if you just be respectful to men, you don't have to manipulate them.
I can't even take making this video seriously at all whatsoever, but we all know that there is like a raging pandemic of loneliness all across the board. Like you can't even get people to actually go out on dates anymore. Like the decision paralysis that people experience is unreal. You have way too many options for you to just be like, all right, this person is definitely somebody that I see myself with, and I want to go out with them and ignore everything else. Like, why do men even have rosters? Like, you are not a bitch.
You are not a bitch. Like, you are not a picker. You are not a chooser.
You are not somebody that should have the ability
to have like a list of people that you can go through and be like, yeah, I want to go out with this one on like Wednesday night, and then this one's gonna be on Saturday night.
Like,
what the f?
I can't even get a man to go out with me for coffee. Mind you, on a Saturday afternoon.
That's like one of the easiest things you can actually do.
Okay, like,
That is like entry level.
Dude, like no fucking.
Having a worse time than a man who used to be a software engineer because nobody will hire him.
Almost made it pro.
Freeloads off his parents live like 3 blocks away from him and will not let anybody live it down that his friend is on the USA soccer team league.
And he isn't. Anyways, that app was affecting my self-esteem so much that I just had to delete it because I was legitimately about to enter psychosis.
So let me get this straight. You guys are mad because men are deciding not to play around with you? Oh, well, only I can have a roster. Only I can have multiple men pay for me. Y'all are out there to play games, and men are done with that.
You should only spend your time and energy around men who are doing things for you to solve your problems. If you tell a man about a problem you have and he does nothing to help you, get rid of that man. He does not like you. A man that truly likes you wants to provide and protect for you, wants to make your life easier. And if he's not, then he's another problem you have and you literally need to get rid of him.
So you want to bring a man your problems? You want to bring a man drama? You want to mess his life up, is what I'm hearing.
Ladies, this is a perfect advice for dating. A guy one time asked me, do you want to go on a coffee date? I don't do coffee. So I told him, I only do coffee for business meetings and friends. So if you want to go get coffee as friends, of course. His next text was, should we do dinner? Men know what they're doing. They first just try to lowball you to see if you would just go with it. Know your standards, know your rights, and know your worth, because they will test you in little ways like that, even from the very beginning. Coffee dates are very simple, very easy. Dinner dates is important. You got to see how someone eats. You got to see how they interact. It's longer. It's more of a get to know you type of phase than a coffee date. That's just very casual.
And I'm glad women in the comments were saying that coffee is perfectly fine. You sound stupid. You really do.
One of the worst things about being someone who doesn't really get male attention often is that when you do finally get male attention, or like someone that seems to be interested in pursuing you, you almost feel like you have to give it a chance because you don't have men in your life often. Even if it's someone that isn't necessarily your type or someone who draws your eye in, you still feel like you have to give it a go. At least that's how I feel, and I don't know how many more times I'm going to go against my gut feeling until I learn that if I am not interested in someone and I don't want to pursue someone, I don't owe that person anything. Because ultimately, the people that aren't my type, the people that I'm not attracted to, whether that be physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, I still end up being the one that gets the short end of the stick. So at this point, it's like, okay, why would I not only go for people that are my type? And I'm not sure if other women with little relationship experience or just like single women in general can relate to what I'm about to say. But my entire adult life, I have been told that I'm too picky and that I should give the guy a chance that's not my type. Well, guess what? I have been actively doing that every single time for the past year, I would say, and yeah, still not working. And so at this point, it's like, I literally don't know what more I'm supposed to do here. Like, I'm not exaggerating with you when I tell you, I like can't even last a week talking to a guy anymore, because like something will happen. Something just happens to where the connection ends to the point where I don't even get to experience something short term with someone. And it's like, okay, how am I supposed to learn and grow and actually get to experience both the good parts and the challenges of a relationship if I don't even get the opportunity to like be with someone for, I don't know, at least a month or two? And I'm just so frustrated because like it seems like it's so easy for everyone else. It really does, which I know that is not the case at all. I know that there are so many people struggling, but when I look at the people in my circle, when I look at the people all around me, it's like okay, even if they don't get into a relationship, at least they're in a talking stage for a little bit of time. So it's like, not only is it not working with my type, it's also not working with the men that I'm giving a chance to that I don't even really want to give a chance to. So it's safe to say today has just been one of those days where I'm so fed up. I don't know what more to do. I check myself so often. I'm a very self-aware person. I'm very aware of how I act around other people. I have been told that I am fun to be around. I know that I know how to hold a conversation. And I just find it really baffling at this point that every single man that comes into my orbit somehow ends up being one that it doesn't even work out with short term. And so at that point, it's like, how am I not supposed to take that personally and internalize that? Like, I am open. I am open to whoever is meant for me. Like I said, I'm giving different kinds of people chances. Trust me when I say that. And I still come out losing. So it's like, what more am I supposed to do here?
So you're telling me you're not getting no attention? None? You not getting attention from a man that's 6'5", but there's definitely a good guy out there giving you attention.
Okay, if you're a guy or this has ever happened to you, like, let me know what it means. So basically, this guy has been, like, asking to take me out for a month and a half now, basically, maybe even longer. And I keep saying no. I'm like, no, I'm not going out with you. No, I'm not doing that. No, I don't, like, no. And finally, tonight, I have nothing going on. Like, I'm home alone. He is like, can I come see you? And I'm like, maybe you can come pick me up, like, we'll see. And then he blocked me on Snapchat and Instagram. Like, did he, like, take a second look at me and he's like, oh, this girl's actually kind of ugly, I don't want to go pick her up? Or is he, like, plotting to come with me tonight? Like, I have no idea. But he's not cute anyways, like, and I think he's like 5'10", so he's not tall. Like, there's not much going for him, so I don't know. Maybe he's like, she's such a baddie, I actually can't go out with her. I don't know. If you know what this means, let me know.
Yeah, I bet he ain't all those things, but he had enough to get your attention. Shut your stupid behind up.
If he says, I don't mind providing, if you stay home to cook, clean, and take care of the kids, then honey, he minds. That is not a provider. That is a traditional man.
Okay, so she's basically saying men who say that are like bad. And I'm just wondering, what kind of man do you want? Like, do they really think it's realistic for there to be a man where he's like, hey, just take my money, I have no ulterior motive at all? Like, you guys know the whole provider thing is misogynistic, but even aside from that, you're telling me that you expect your man to just like want to give you money for the vibes? Just to pay for everything just for the vibes? Like, these can't be real human being thoughts. And normally I wouldn't stitch this video because this video is from 2023, but this was so ridiculous I had to say something. It's kind of making some of these talking points make sense, because sometimes I'm like, bro, even if you're right about all this provider stuff and that's like how it should be, you're still wrong with the take. Like, the concept that men are supposed to be providers and women are just supposed to sit around, like, how does that make any sense? Like, you know, when they say relationships are supposed to be give and take, they don't mean one person gives and the other person takes. They mean like they're both doing both. Like, that video literally has 60K likes in a video where she's just like, you know what? Your man should just want to give you money for no reason. If your man expects anything positive out of the relationship, red flag. Like, what are we on here? Like, in society.
This is why we can't move forward from the question, what do you bring to the table? Because y'all are expecting to bring nothing to the table. And y'all trying to gaslight men into doing everything.
So I just asked a guy out on a date to go grab drinks, and instead of answering my question with like a yes or no, all he says is, what's your Instagram? What's my Instagram? I'm sorry, like, do you not remember what I look like when we met? Like, why does an Instagram matter? Like, is this really what dating has come down to, is like how you look on social media? Because like, if that's the case, then you have the wrong girl, sorry.
The fact that she put Bonnie Blue, that's so stupid. She's so silly, man.
So I'm coming to y'all because sometimes people say I'm a hard person to date because I block for any reason, right? So I'm asking you guys, is this a valid reason to block and keep it moving, right? So me and this guy exchanged numbers. We've been talking for like a few days or whatever. He calls and let me know yesterday, like, hey, I want to see you tomorrow. We'll set something up and let's go out and hang and catch a vibe or whatever the case is. I'm like, cool. You know, I'm like, hit me tomorrow with the plans and the details. you know, whatever. He like, man, just make sure you're available. He like, I don't want to miss this opportunity of us getting to hang out before you go back to work, because you know it's Labor Day weekend or whatever. So I'm like, cool, sounds like an awesome plan. Now, for some reason, he texted me this morning about 1:30 a.m. like letting me know he had just made it in the house from whatever festivities he had going on that day. Cool. Not really sure why he texted me and informed me, but okay, cool. Maybe he just wanted somebody to know. Okay, cool. Then I reply back like, sounds like you had an amazing time. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. He replies back. This is like later in the day that I'm texting, reply to his message, because I wasn't woke at 1 a.m. I was asleep out for the count. So I responded about like 10 a.m. this morning, letting him know sounds like a fun time or whatever. So then he texts me about like 2 hours later, like, hey, I'm not going to be able to get up with you. Me and my cousin decided to rent a boat and just hang out and chill and all of this. I haven't responded because, number one, you went out your way yesterday to tell me to make sure I'm available today. And here it is, the afternoon, and you're texting me saying that you won't be available because you decided to go and hang out with your cousin, right? And it's not a problem that he's hanging out with his cousin, but my thinking is that if in the beginning of trying to date each other and understand each other, if I'm not like a priority in the beginning and I'm who you made plans with first, then going forth, that's probably how it'll be, that you'll feel comfortable enough to break arrangements off with me. When to me it seems like you got better plans going on. Is that what y'all taking from this? Because that's what I took from it. You felt like you had better plans with your cousin and you decided to go with them and brush me off. And he was like, so do you have to work tomorrow? So maybe we can do something tomorrow. And it's like, I'm uninterested at this point in time, because we already had an arrangement to see each other today and you broke the arrangement off to go hang out with your cousin. I'm uninterested. And at this point, I really kind of feel like there's nothing else to be said. But am I, and I want the guys to chime in too, guys and ladies chime in. Am I wrong for just wanting to say we don't need to talk anymore? Like, it don't need to be anything else. Let me know, because I'm trying to tell you, this dating in your 40s is something else.
So let's back up really quickly, because we like to throw all of the issue on a man. Well, if he's treating me like this now, then this, and this. But let's back up really quickly. The man texted you at 1 and said, I just got in from festivities. It was probably a bid for a connection. That's what y'all be saying that y'all like. I can understand you're not going to text nobody back at no 1 o'clock in the morning, no 2 o'clock in the morning. I get it. But you waited all the way until 10 to text him, which means you already had an attitude about it. And then you're saying right now, I don't know why you felt the need to tell me. It's a bid for connection. He's connecting. I'm remembering a woman that said she kept on sending pictures of her dog to a man over and over again. And the man finally said, stop sending me pictures of your dog. Like, just over and over again, multiple times a day. Women in the comments were upset with him because he said, oh, he don't like you. He don't like anything about you. If he can't, oh, it's a bid for connection, conversation. But now a man is saying this, and all of a sudden it's a problem. I didn't get back to him until 10 o'clock. You're not really making him a priority either. You were up by that time, and you had plenty of time to text him and say, oh, shoot, you got in at 1. You had a wild night last night. Yeah, I did. You'll have a conversation. But it seems like y'all aren't really all that interested in each other. I don't want to say he was right for what he did, because he did make those plans from what you're saying. But let's not act like you actually really seem to have that much interest in him. Like, you wouldn't falling all over the place trying to get with him either.
I've been seeing women online say they're not feminist because that would mean they think men and women are equal, but they actually think women are superior to men. What do you think?
I think men and women are people, and people should be equal. But if you look at it objectively, what do women do? They rear our children, hold them in their womb for 9 months, and risk their lives to give birth to them, and then they go to work just like men.
A lot of men say that it's not really a risk to your life because the risk is so low. And it's not special because any woman basically could have a baby.
The risk is real. Women do die giving birth. You cannot say that's not true. And even if it's low and it's still a statistic, that just means it's actually happening. And that's easy for them to say when they don't have to put their lives down on the line for that.
And they don't have to give birth.
Yeah, they don't even have to go through any of that at all.
So you think women are superior to men because they have babies?
Because they can do all of that and more. They can do everything a man can do. I mean, pretty much. So yeah, I mean they do a lot more for our society than men do.
So what do you think of living in a patriarchy?
The patriarchy is so out of date. I mean, it needs to go away.
I guess I would ask what you're doing at home. For you to think this way, well, women risk their lives. Nobody said that there wasn't a risk. They just said it's a low percentage. Maybe both of you need to take a listening class. It's what it sounds like. That everything in there, you guys need to slow down and analyze what was just said. If you're carrying 10 children, let's say you carry 12 children, that's, let's say, 12 years of carrying a child. 12 years of long, hard work. From labor to rearing the children, all of it is hard work. A man is going to be working all through that. A man's career at 12 years has essentially just started. Not to mention, the man was working before y'all got married. He's going to be working during and after. And even when he dies, because statistically speaking, men die before women, he's got to set his wife up to be successful after he passes. His kids as well. He's got to think about all of that. So while you're pregnant, you're on bed rest, suffering in some instances, no less, is nobody's taking that away from you. The man is still creating the environment for you in order for you to feel safe and protected. And like, yeah, I can have a baby here. Yeah, I can actually nest here. I can feel safe here. I can provide for my child here. Maybe you go home and you think about it over a glass of wine and you come back with a better answer next time.
Bro, I heard someone say the fridge is always trying to protect the snacks. In this case, I feel like I'm usually the fridge. Like when a guy approaches my group of friends, like they don't even have to be like actually talking to anyone in particular, but like I'm usually one that says something because all my friends go mute and I just feel too awkward not to say something. I'll like keep it pushing after I say something, but like I'm usually one that says, like, responds to them. And I'm like, damn, bruh, am I the fridge?
This dude in the comments said, we can tell at a glance. Good grief. But I think this dude was trying to give her a little bit of confidence. He said, nah, the fridge is when the girl is actually going to give back energy and the friend cut up and trying to ruin it. But if your friend is not with it, then, that's not fridge behavior. It's just protecting the friend. So basically saying, no, if your friend is trying to get with the dude and you blocking, now you been a fridge. But if your friend ain't with it and you just standing up for him, you good.
I love knowing that my boyfriend was in a 6-year-long relationship before me. Yes, right? It means he's going to be a good long-term partner. It also means he's never going to love me. It's... Go get your girl, bro.
Are you good, bro? Are you good?
You know what I realized? That two women can get the same exact thing out of a man. One will drain him and the other one will make him feel like gold. Entitlement will sound like this from a woman. Well, what took you so long? It's about time you got that. I've been asking for it for 3 months. And the appreciative woman would be like, thank you, baby. I was not expecting this. I appreciate you getting that for me. The entitlement of a woman will make a man feel like he doesn't even want to try. And why does he even keep doing and why he's there? But the appreciation from a woman will make him want to do more. He will give you above and beyond whatever you asked for or whatever you were expecting. Literally blow your mind. He will keep giving because he wants to see you smile and he wants to see you happy. And that's the environment that he wants to be next. next to and be within. And let me be clear with you, it ain't nothing like that in a man, because that is what he wants to feel all the time, because he always wants to feel very hard and not soft. And the part that's so funny, most women don't even realize how heavy entitlement feels on a man. They just keep doing what they're doing because they live in their world and live in their bubble, and they're so self-absorbed that they don't realize they working themselves right out that man. And if you give a man an inkling of appreciation, it could be somebody at the corner store, the car wash, at work, wherever he is going on a daily or weekly basis, trust and believe he will continue to lean in, and you will look up and that'll be his new woman. And then in 6 months, she'll be his wife. Always understand that entitlement will make a man stop trying, and appreciation, he will literally part water and move mountains for you.
This is why white women come out on top 9 times out of 10 when they come to dating a famous person or an athlete, because they know how to play the game right. Black women, they come in and get first time either they're pregnant or they want hush money, and now your name all over the place. You probably got the money, but now you blackball from any other famous person. White women, they come in stroking and go, looking up ChatGPT facts. You found out that he the real reason why Mike Tyson bit Holyfield ear or whatever the fuck, 3-point at the same time, and then kick the soccer ball, all that, stroking the fuck out. Ego, don't want nothing from him initially. Now you gotta make it feel like it's his idea to give you the money. They understand the art of the long game. They're not coming in here thinking they bigger than the program because they're trying to get with the program. They're trying to get all the goddamn money. Calling him a king and he sleep and stuff like that. You probably think that nigga watermelon eating peasant, but they're not gonna say that. I'm example, little baby mama, when she got pregnant by that other little football player or something like that, he said, fuck that. I'm telling you, bitch, I don't want this baby. I don't want you in my life. I'm about to pay you child support for 18 years and one big ass lump sum. So now she's gonna have to keep jumping from famous to if she can, because everybody already found out about that case, and see how you gonna make all that money last for 18 years. Instead of thinking you bigger than a program and trying to force a baby on the nigga, could have just kept playing the long game, kept being his small little mistress or whatever the fuck have you, and then let him gain real feelings for you instead of forcing the baby on him. That still did not work. Damn, I think every other race except the Black American culture dates for opportunity. We be trying to date for love and stuff like that. That's not bad and stuff, but even in arranged marriages, y'all gotta date for opportunity. Even if you want to date an African, you gotta bring her daddy a cow or a horse, something. Money for Nigerian weddings. The woman won't stop. She won't start smiling until all the money over here collected. She over here like this. Niggas throwing hundreds. She over here. I don't know.
Do you ever think that maybe the game is respect? Maybe the game is actual love and loyalty?
Something that I'm tired of seeing on the internet is men being like, oh, I don't get why girls are single. It's so easy for girls. They could literally have like any dude. It's so easy. Why girls shouldn't complain about being single because it's so easy. Or they're like, you complain about being single, but like you ghost every guy that comes your way. So that's actually, you're not understanding anything, is when you say that, you don't get it. Cause yeah, most single girls could literally get a boyfriend in one day if they wanted to. Critical thinking tells you, if someone complains about being single but they have people asking them out, those aren't the kinds of people they want. Like, yes, do you know how many sleazy little frat dudes would love to get in a relationship with any girl that asks? Those guys will also, post her every day to show off they have a girlfriend, but then also cheat on her. Those guys don't value academics. Those guys aren't fun to have a conversation with, aren't fun to hang out with. Why would I date him? Like, do I want to have a boyfriend in theory? Yes. Do I want a boyfriend right now? No. Would I rather be alone and single right now? Yes. And last time I made a point about this, I literally had so many people hating on me in my comments, which I really don't understand, because I literally just said reasons why me personally, am not dating right now. So like, why does that offend you? But pretty much the main reason why I am just not interested in dating right now is because I've seen from people in my environment, number one. So I'm not saying it's all men, I'm not saying it's men everywhere, I'm just saying the people in my age group, in my environment, that I have observed aren't the kind of guys I really want to be involved with. Also too, let's stop with the victim blaming of like, a girl dates a guy and they're like, why does she keep dating guys like that? What's wrong with her? Like, I can say, like, at least 95% of the time when a girl keeps dating, like, dudes, she's not doing it on purpose, okay? Guys, and some girls, I'm sure, do this thing. I don't know about that side, because I don't date women. But guys love to do this thing where they just, like, figure out exactly the kind of person you're looking for, and then they pretend to be that person for, like, 4 months, and then once they have you, they just become an asshole. Like, they revert back to their natural form. So it's It's not like they're like, oh, that guy's a piece of, let me date him. No, like usually those girls obviously don't realize those guys are like that when that happens. So let's also not blame the poor girls who get in relationships with like manipulative people. Also too, in real life, guys get mad at me when I say like, oh, I just don't want to date right now. Like, how does it offend you? How does it make you upset and offended that I am saying right now I don't want to date? And then obviously, yes, in theory, it would be so nice to have a boyfriend, to have someone who's like your best friend that you do all these fun activities with. Very few guys exist that fit that standard. Unfortunately, somehow, magically. Yeah. So when me and my friends complain every now and then, like, oh, dude, I wish I had a boyfriend. And then some little, like, incel is, like, yapping somewhere on the internet, like, they shouldn't be complaining because girls can literally have anyone. Anyone isn't good. I don't want anyone. I don't want to be able to have anyone. I want someone who is me but a man. And I also had so many comments telling me that my standards are too high. I'm gonna die alone because my standards are too high. Here's why you're wrong. So my standards are everything that I offer myself, but as a man. So I want someone who has, I guess it's just like minimum, my level intelligence, my level ambition, my level of personality, my level of looks. Like, I literally just want someone who is me, but a man. And I have people in my comments being like, you're asking for way too much. How is it too much if I'm already that? If I'm already what I'm asking for, just minus the male part, how am I asking too much? Like, maybe you just don't want to have to be a normal functional human being because you're so used to women in your life babying you for your whole life and taking care of you when you're a grown adult. You're a grown adult. So yeah, I don't want to hear none of that, oh, girls shouldn't complain about being single, or like, oh, but you ghost every guy, blah, blah, blah. Because maybe there's just a lot of bad people and I don't want to date a bad person. I'd rather just be alone. And because I've witnessed between me and my friends, multiple guys fake a personality for months just so they can start dating you and then be like the biggest piece of shit I've ever seen, I am just staying away from it. And I feel like that should not offend anybody. That should not be offensive. So.
A woman in the comments said it took her 5 minutes to say that she doesn't date.
There's a concerning trend I'm noticing amongst young girls and just women in general in my comment section. Why would I go 50-50 with a man if women still do most of the unpaid labor at home and emotional labor even when they have a job? Yes, you're correct. Statistically, that is correct. However, where you're wrong is you don't have to be in a relationship like that. It concerns me that people are speaking of relationships like they will be in a relationship with a lazy piece of shit who doesn't contribute to childcare, who doesn't want to clean the house, who won't do the emotional labor. People comment about that as if I'm ridiculous for suggesting splitting expenses as equals. And people, without even thinking about it, just like it's second nature, but this will happen. I will be in a relationship where I am doing a disproportionate amount of labor. We don't have to lay down and take it like our grandmothers did, like our mothers did, like their grandmothers did. That does not have to happen. Not all relationships, not all heterosexual relationships are fucking doomed to this miserable life. I'm in a loving relationship where I don't have a disproportionate load that I'm carrying. It is possible. But you cannot speak of this like it's definite. Like all women will be in this relationship. Like all women will get paid less than a man. When we have that attitude, we are dooming ourselves to repeat this cycle over and over again. There's a man out there for you that will do what he needs to, that will take care of you, that will be a good husband. That exists. The moment you lose hope for a progressive, healthy relationship, you've already lost. You've already conceded to the patriarchy. What's not clicking? I don't know whether to be pissed off, annoyed, frustrated, or feel bad for you.
Honestly, anything is possible if you don't think that you're God's gift to the world. Anything is possible if you humble yourself. You're like, well, this man is actually on my level. I think that maybe I'll give this a shot. And notice I said I'll give this a shot and not I'll give him a shot. Because a lot of modern women like to do that. Well, I'll give it a shot because I'm not, I'll give him a shot, because, I'll give him an opportunity. I'll give you a chance. They think they're the ultimate chooser. And to a degree, you do pick the man. Like a man says, hey, I have a proposition. You say, oh yeah, I'll take you up on that proposition. Right. So in that way, you're picking the man, like you're accepting actually, because the man's actually picking you, but you're accepting. you don't have any proposals, then people are just giving you proposals and you pick which one you want, right? But if you're thinking, well, I'm worth more than this, and the man is saying, well, I'm 5'10", relatively good looking, conventionally attractive, maybe a little bit less, but I am financially stable. I make about 50, 60K. You know, I do have student loans, but I'm paying those off, and I'm working towards doing whatever it is that he wants to do in his career. And he's got hobbies. I mean, I like to play the game when I'm not at work, and sometimes I go out to the bar with my friends, just like a normal, average, everyday dude. And then you come in thinking, not for me. You know, me, myself, being kind of where he is in life or a little bit under, I think I deserve more than him. I deserve a man that's at least 6 feet tall, You're making 50. I think I deserve a man bare minimum that's making 90K. You know, if he's really good looking, then I'll accept 85. But he's got to be 6 feet, 85K. And then, you know, he's got to be, you know, a good looking guy. Now, once again, if he's super good looking, then I'll accept him having the dad bod. But, you know, that's my bare minimum on the floor standards. When you really do match with the guy that's in front of you, the 5'10" guy that's making about $50,000 to $60,000, you actually do match with him. So you're pricing yourself out of the dating market for no reason.